Welcome along to our opposition preview. This weekend, Saints travel up to Huddersfield, a stadium we haven't visited since our League One days. Both clubs come a long way since then. But on the line today, we've got a big Huddersfield fan, aka the Wolf of Ball Street, or Matt Wrld on YouTube. Matt, thanks for joining us, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I've just arrived actually up north because obviously I live down in London. So just arrived up north ahead of what I think probably is going to be our stiffest test of the season so far. You guys have got a lot of quality in the team. I remember you did, like when you got promoted from the first division, I think Adkins was the manager then. And I remember the quality you had, and Lallana and Lambert that were both involved. And you could see that you were probably going to go straight up, actually. So I'm not surprised that you guys have gone on and really solidified yourselves up there.
And as I mentioned, we've both come a long way, but 2 games in, first Premier League games. Everybody wrote you off before the start of the season. I mean, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. You must be in dream world, mate.
Mate, it is to be honest. I remember this time last season when we'd probably played a few more games because obviously the Football League starts earlier. But you know, we had a similar start, and that felt like a dream world then. To be honest with you, to be up near the top of the Championship, because we'd been written off at the start of that season. Everybody had tipped us to go down, and we had I think the 4th smallest budget in the Championship. But that man, David Wagner, he's created this whole culture around the club, whereby we've been able to. He's made everybody think beyond the constraints of the budget or the constraints of how good Huddersfield Town is supposed to be. And ultimately, how we got out of that division, we had no right to really on paper. But he's just got this magic about him where he kind of galvanizes the whole spirit of the club is just never been as good as what it is now. And so going into this season, I'm looking at it again thinking we must surely come straight down. And the players he's brought in have been fantastic. We've started fantastic. And now I'm thinking, man, anything's possible, you know?
Well, whatever David Wagner is drinking, I want some of that. How is he setting up the squad? How is he motivating me? Like you said, he's infectious.
He really has. Like, for the first time ever, from the chairman to the manager to the players to the fans, everybody's completely pointed in the same direction. And even, you know, normally on forums and in the stands, people are always chatting about this player or that player. It's like everybody's just like, let's just trust in Wagner. And the chairman's the same. And I think that, you know, our destiny is probably fairly well attached to him really now. And I think that when we got promoted in the playoffs, there was a conversation or two that the chairman and the manager had. And I think that the manager said, look, I'll stay because he did get a lot of interest from Premier League and Bundesliga. But I think he's obviously said, look, I'll stay providing you back me and allow me to bring in the players that I think are going to fit this system. And fit my philosophy. And, you know, to be fair, we've done that. And Huddersfield Town have never done that. They didn't do that before I was alive, and they've not done that since I've been alive. I mean, Bill Shankly used to be the Huddersfield manager, and in his last game in charge of Huddersfield, we beat Liverpool. I forget it was 1 or 2-0. And he actually left Huddersfield because he wanted to sign 2 players. One of them was Ian St John, who went on to become one of Liverpool's record ever goal scorers. And that was his first signing when he joined Liverpool. And look what he went on to do there. And Huddersfield have always pulled out and have always erred on the side of caution. So it's really refreshing, actually, to see that in this transfer market, they've actually backed the best manager that we've probably ever had, or certainly in my lifetime. And we're kind of going for it. So it feels quite liberating, a little bit different to usual, but everyone's having a really good time, that's for sure.
And let's get back to the stuff on the pitch then. Obviously, last time out, 1-0 win over Newcastle, your promotion rivals from last year, and Aaron Moy cracker. I'm glad I put him in my fantasy team, by the way. Who else should we be aware of on Saturday?
Well, look, we've got a few new players, but a lot of the team is still the team that we had last year. Because although Aaron Moy is a new signing, he was on loan last year. Casey Palmer was on loan last season. He's got a little bit about him. He's a Chelsea kid. You know, they stockpile assets and keep hold of them and sell them for money, even though they might never play for the club, which I kind of hate. But yeah, Casey Palmer, although he hasn't really got started yet. He's got a nutmeg in him. He's the kind of guy that can beat somebody from deep and just kind of change the angle of attack. Likewise, I think that Steve Mounier is really the guy that everyone should be aware of. He got 2 at Palace on his debut. He got 14 goals for Montpellier in Ligue 1 last year. And really, he, because when Huddersfield got promoted last year, they did so really without the type of attacker that suited that system. We were playing Naki Wells up front on his own. And if anyone knows Naki Wells, he's a small guy. He does get goals, but he normally works off a big man. He's not very good at attacking the ball in the box and getting headers and getting across his man, if you know what I mean. And we've certainly brought in Steve Mounier, who's done that. He gives the wide men a target. He's good in the air, and I think that if anyone's gonna sort of breach your defence and stick one in, then he could be the guy.
And Mounier seems to be quite physical in the air as well, and that's something that we could probably be exploited at if our new signing Hoot doesn't play. But with all that in mind, Matt, it's going to be a tight game, I think, on Saturday. Wrap things up with your score prediction, mate.
It's a tough one, I know that Southampton have got a lot of quality. The likes of Tadic. He's somebody that whenever I see him play, he seems to score and he seems to just look dangerous. So I think it's going to be another tough game. I think that like last season for us, it's always going to be games of fine margins. Right now, just because of how it's gone and because of the fact that we have not conceded a goal in the league and everybody's just on cloud 9. And you're coming off. You lost the other night, didn't you, at home to Wolves? So I'm going to sit here and think, why shouldn't we be confident of going for that third win? That said, look, like I said, I know you can hurt us, and actually 3 of our back 4 is last season's back 4. We got pumped at Fulham, we got pumped at home to Fulham, we got pumped at Bristol. It is always fine margins, and you do need a little bit of luck. So I think perhaps a draw might be, like a 1-1 draw or something like that. But I'm well aware of that you guys on your day can harm any team really. So yeah, you can certainly harm us. How are you feeling about it?
Do you know what? I would have been a lot more confident before Wednesday. I think after Wednesday's result, we definitely have to go back to our strongest 11, and we could be in for really perhaps even a banana skin. Obviously, you guys on cloud 9, and we need a reaction. But excellent stuff, Matt. If you guys have enjoyed Matt over here, make sure you go ahead and check out Matt Welsh. Subscribe to his channel over there for more Huddersfield and Ball Street content. Links will be on the screen, in descriptions, all over the place. Matt, thanks for joining us, mate.
Nice one, mate. And if any of your fans want to see what a Huddersfield Town away day looks like, I did a vlog at Palace and one at Wembley as well, which is kind of mainly the Huddersfield content that I do. So check that out, because it was, it's always, I always quite like to see fans having a good time. It gets quite tense up there in the Prem, but we're certainly enjoying it.
Brilliant stuff. Leave us your predictions for the big match in the comments below. Make sure to leave your likes, your comments, and subscribe for more.